Hey yarn friends, I'm Amanda. This is Banshee Dyes vlog number 3. I'm pretty excited to hang out and show you everything I've been working on recently. We're chilling in my craft room, which is one of my favorite rooms in the apartment. It's a little messy. We've got all of our stuff in here, but I'm still just trying to get a handle on the best room in the house to film. So we'll figure it out, you and me. I'm Amanda. You can follow me on Instagram at Stitch Banshee to see all of my knitting, crochet making. I'm also on there at Banshee Dyes for just my hand-dyed yarn all the time, so much yarn. And you could shop that at bansheedyes.etsy.com. Let's jump right in to what I'm wearing. I've got 2 yarny makes on today. First up is my Sensum Sweater. This is by Linda at 11 Handmade. It is so oversized and big. It uses a lot of short rows. It's a dark color, so I'm not sure that you could see, but the puff stitches go diagonally and then diagonally. So really unique construction there. It's the first time the second time I had ever done short rows in crochet. The first time was her inmost cardigan, which looks very similar, also cozy. Yeah, if you can crochet an Afghan, you can crochet a sweater, right? It's just about sheer number of stitches for some garments. So cozy. I think this is Knit Picks Brava acrylic. So it's super soft, and I could just throw it in the wash and not worry about it. I do have to put it in one of those like mesh bags because the puff stitches keep getting caught on stuff. So like I've ran into a door like 3 times today. I think regular humans might be able to walk around just without running into the walls, but apparently I scrape myself quite often. So that's on me. Item number 2 is my everyday Slouchy beanie. It's super cute. It's got like just this amazing amount of slouch, right? It's so soft. It's a fingering and a mohair held double. It's so soft. And I've heard that the mohair will help keep it super toasty. I've mostly just been wearing it around my house, so like my head is toasty, but right. This is my Colossal Squid colorway, Banshee Dyes. So Colossal Squid held double with some silver mohair from Autumn and Indigo. So like here's Colossal Squid, and it's so much softer, held double with the mohair, which I find so interesting. So you could do all sorts of things. You could hold it with like a red for like a more vibrant color. You could hold it with, I bet black would look super cool, or like a super dark brown, for more of like an earthy orange. It's just so interesting to me. It's not the same color anymore. Very creamsicle. I love it. Yes, so this is the Everyday Slouchy Beanie pattern by Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn. And it's a funny story because I actually bought a yarn kit from her with some beautiful blue yarn to make this hat back when I very first started knitting. And this is when I was still twisting all of my stitches. And apparently it's pretty common when you come from crochet, where you wrap the stitches, I'm gonna say it wrong. You wrap the stitches one way in crochet, right? And then you switch to knitting and it's actually wrapped the other direction for knitting. So I was just wrapping it the same way that I had always crocheted with. So all of my items were super tight. The tension was ridiculous. And the folded brim on this beanie starts out with like a 2.5 millimeter needle, It is really small, especially for beginners, and it was so tight. So with her beautiful blue yarn, I'd gotten maybe like an inch done in like weeks. And then I decided I wanted to try again, right? It's been a year or so. Give it another go. And it flew off my needles, like the whole hat, in less than a week. So I just think it's really fun. Like, you don't see the progress every single day, but the more you yarn, the better you get. And it's really easy to see when you come back to those same projects that maybe it stumped you in the past, and now, boom, I have a hat, no problem. It's stockinette, it wasn't even that difficult. So yeah, PSA, you may be twisting your stitches if you come from crochet. So just watch some YouTube videos, make sure you've got it right. Great. Let's talk about whips. I am working on quite a few things right now. I'm in a sock mood. Such a mood. So we're going to talk about a lot of socks today. A lot of knit socks. First up, I'm super excited. These are a test knit for Allie of Capella Luna Fibers. These are her, let me get some more slack, Crescent Moon socks. And it is the first time I've ever done color work in a sock before. I was super nervous because, you know, color work floats the tension. It's really easy to do it too tight so it won't fit over your ankle. But I recently learned a new color work technique. Where instead of just going along your way and letting the floats be however long they are, you're actually pulling the yarn to full tension before changing colors. So no matter how much they stretch, there's plenty of float there because you've already pulled it to stretched it. I'm not explaining this well, but I'm getting better at color work, right? Progress. We're all making progress. The more you knit, the better you get. So I could fit them. They fit over my heel, no problem. They're so cute. She's got this incredible texture. I don't know if you could see that on the top of the foot. And these are with knit knot stitches. And it is so beautiful, but it is hard. So I'm knitting on 9-inch circulars. That's my preferred sock method, but I have to have my DPN off to the side, almost like a third needle to work those knot stitches. But the result is absolutely beautiful. That texture. You guys are gonna love these socks when they come out. And her yarn is so beautiful, so all of her samples that she's got on her feed, just great. The yarn I'm using is by Hello Gabriella. I think she's Gabriella Makes on Instagram. But it's the Caramel Macchiato colorway. Which is super beautiful. I got this in one of her fall mystery skein mailers. And I love to wear neutrals, but I don't tend to purchase neutrals because I don't have forethought, I guess. So I'm at the yarn store, I'm online, and it's the bright blues and the bright oranges and these beautiful purples that stand out. But really, sometimes you want to wear like this soft, gorgeous golden brown. So now that I have it in my hands, I'm sold. Yeah, this is a beautiful color. The moons are just little scrippy scraps from the Half Moon tee I did a couple months ago. So those are, that was the first garment I ever made with yarn I had dyed myself. So it's fun. The little moons are hand dyed by me. Sock number two. These ones, I was feeling all the holiday mood. So I'm making myself some striped Christmas socks. I'm so excited. I love the holiday season. And I'm not religious. I just celebrate a very Santa Claus Christmas. So the red and green, the Christmas tree, poinsettia flowers. It's very very commercial Christmas. I do enjoy it. So this is Banshee Dyes yarn. We've got the Kelp Forest colorway and the Kraken colorway. Right, and that was not an intentional holiday set. I just thought they looked super Christmas together. And then the heels, toes, and stripes. Those are a sparkle white from Knit Picks. Just their stroll sock yarn. So it's even got little sparkly snow. It's perfect. The pattern is the Cozy Scrappy Socks by Emma of Bloom.Create. Super simple sock pattern. I made a few modifications. I'm using a different heel. She had an afterthought heel in her samples. But I was just on a roll, so I went ahead and did my standard heel flap and heel turn. Those tend to fit my feet a little better too. I say that like I know what I'm talking about. I'm still pretty new to socks. Though I have been on a roll. I'd say I'm close to the dozen pairs mark, right? I'm almost at double digits. Probably including these whips, I'm there. Yeah, but she has a lot of beautiful sock patterns, Emma does. I got her Desert Bloom socks. I'm not sure of the name, but they're super cute. They have little cactuses around the side. And now that Allie taught me how to be confident in my color work in socks, I can make those too with cute little cactuses. This is one of my favorite project bags. I love getting all of my project bags around Halloween because you get the cutest prints. So this has little pink and purple bats with florals. Yeah, this is Tea Doddles. Yes, she even put her name in there. She knew I would forget. Tea Doddles. From a couple years ago. Yeah, Halloween. That's the time to go cruising for project bags. You'll find the coolest things. All right, sock number 3, because like I said, I'm on a roll. I'm into socks right now. And this whip is sort of a whip. It's a complete one sock all by its lonesome. This is the first DK sock I've ever made. Yeah, I've done a few worsted like slipper socks, but not a traditional sock in a thicker weight. I'm super excited. They are so toasty and warm and thick. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to wear these with like probably not like my tall snow boots, but like my hiking boots when we go out in the winter, just walking around. The pattern is simple DK Shortie socks. by Nicole of Woolfield Studio. This is a free pattern, which is so sweet of her. But just a very simple sock that's been graded for DK, right? Because all our beginner knowledge is... I know I'm a 64 stitch fingering sock, but I had no idea where to even start with these guys. So I'm glad she helped me out there. The yarn is by Totally Rad Jess. This is a one-of-a-kind colorway, Go Joe. All of her, maybe not all, most of her yarns are inspired by 90s TV shows, cartoons, pop culture. So she's got lots of super fun, bright colors. I love the just variegation of the green while still like keeping that, not quite military green, but you know, cartoon military green. Yeah, and I used less than half the ball, so I'm feeling pretty confident that I will have a second sock. All of the socks. Yes. Okay. So I talk a lot about mostly knitting projects, and I do knit and crochet, obviously, but I've been doing a lot more knitting recently, and I think it's mostly because it's the new one for me, right? So I enjoy learning new skills, right? Feeling like you're getting better the more you work at things, and like I can see it. It's really apparent to see in knitting, especially because I have such a long background with crochet. I have been doing it since I was just, yeah, probably single digits, 8 or 9. So real little. Yeah, that's nearly 20 years now. That's a ridiculous number. But what I'm trying to say is I understand the way the yarn moves and how you're supposed to knot it together, right? So I feel like as I started to learn how to knit, I was making really fast progress. So it's really easy to see how quickly I'm learning things and how new things are coming up. And that's not to say that I've mastered crochet, because I think, right, as a kid all you do are single, double crochet beanies, because this was before I understood that before Ravelry existed, right? Before internet patterns were out there, because people have been designing these beautiful garments for years, but I didn't know about it. Anyway, so yes, there is new things to learn in crochet. Yeah, earlier I learned how to do the brioche crochet, where it looks like knitting brioche, but you do it in crochet. It's a very beautiful technique. I have beading on my to-do list, crochet with beads. So yeah, there's still a lot to learn, but I'm in a knitting mood, right? I'm most excited about that. So that's just to say, expect to see more knitting, but there is still lots of super fun crochet projects that I'm working on that I will show you. As a segue into such a beautiful sweater that I knit for myself. This was a test project for Bad Wolf Girl, Sits and Knits, Megan, and I'm so proud of this sweater. I've been working on my colorwork technique for about a year now. I feel like the first thing I tried to make was a hat for last winter, and my floats were so tight that like I couldn't fit it on past right here as soon as the colorwork started in the middle, because it was like green on the bottom and white on the top and then colored leaves in the middle. So as soon as it got to the middle part, it's a little squished in. I don't think I even frogged that one. I think that was just so sad I had to donate it and hope that whatever happy person found it at the Goodwill realized it was nice yarn. And to knit this whole sweater and see the progress that I've made, how even those stitches turned out, it's just really nice. And I'm certainly not there yet. Yeah, you probably can't see from far away, but my color work tension versus my regular knitting tension is very different. Because of those super tight first projects, I feel nowadays I'm actually knitting a little looser in color work because I'm taking my time and I'm slowing down. But it's flat. It all sits nicely. I'm just really proud, y'all. Plus, it is such a cute sweater. Oh my goodness, I really wanted to take this, because remember, it's to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Take this and take pictures with all the dinosaurs, and they're still open, but we're just not super comfortable, you know, going out and hanging with them at the museum, because I've met children and it's not their fault, but they do lick stuff. So I'll have to go take super cute dino sweater, dino pictures later on. And we'll just keep supporting the museum from home. Right, renew our membership, let them get through this. Yeah, dino sweater. Tell me what sort of techniques you're learning. Yeah, especially like those higher crochet techniques. Oh, I love to learn those. Because I prefer to, like, yeah, I love knitting because it's new and exciting, and the finished project has such drape, which it's harder to get in crochet, but the act of crocheting is so much more comfortable for me. So yeah, give me new techniques, challenge my crochet. I would absolutely love that. Okay, so we've done what I'm wearing, my new Colossal Squid beanie. We talked about all my sock whips. I had my little proud moment dino sweater rant. So the only thing left is to tell y'all some news about what's going on with Banshee Dyes. I have the Colossal Squid colorway. It's in the shop right now. That went up earlier this week on Tuesday. And this is the first of the second half of the What Lurks in the Depths Ocean collection. So I have the first 5 colorways, right? Megalodon is that deep blue. Barracuda is the silver aqua. Kelp Forest is the green. Kraken is the bright red. And Deep Sea is the purple black. So those were the first 5 colors. Now I've got a second half coming out. And now that my store is a little bit more established, I'm not going to wait until I have all of them dyed up and ready and photographed. I'm gonna do it on a rolling basis. Yeah, so I'll have more content, new things to show you on Instagram, and also it's a little less work to be able to roll it out a little bit at a time. So Colossal Squid is the first of those colorways, and I'll give you a sneaky peek. The second colorway is this beautiful, let's see, is it focusing? This beautiful aqua blue, and I am calling this one Riptide. Right, so this is the kind of bright blue you would see right by the coastline. It's got the whiter areas for like the surf on top, and the darker blue gray speckles as the Riptide pulls you under, and things start to go a little speckly. Special shout out to Catherine of Jojo de Boom on Instagram. She for my giveaway, my opening weekend giveaway, I asked everyone what their ocean inspired fears were, and a lot of you guys said things that I had already colored, right, like kelp forest and sharks, and she pulled out Riptide, and I was like, yes, that's terrifying, I need to make that happen. So thank you, Catherine. That is an amazing inspiration. I really love the way these two look together. It's certainly not moody or spooky or dark, but it is bright and beautiful. And I feel like I'm in Denver, I need a Broncos shawl, right? So pretty. Expect Riptide to come out either this weekend, early next week. I have it drying right now, and things just take a lot longer to dry in the winter. So once those are all dried, I'll photograph them, get them up in the shop, and I will let you know on Instagram. I think that's everything I have to say today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You can follow me on Instagram at Stitch Banshee for all of my yarny makes, or at Banshee Dyes for all Banshee Dyes yarn all the time. And you can shop that yarn at bansheedyes.etsy.com. Great. Well, I will see you guys probably pretty quick here, because I'm going to finish up those Christmas socks because I am really excited. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time I have the finished make to show you. Bye.